On this episode of the FloGrappling Show, we're bringing in Jordan Teaches Jiu-Jitsu to talk about his upcoming match with Shanji Ribeiro, and then we're going to preview ADCC East Coast Trials. We're going to do a little draft, We're going to figure it out on the fly, but we're going to draft some people that we think could go on some runs, could accumulate a bunch of submissions, so hopefully you guys can play along at home. But as always, this show is presented by IM8, the all-in-one formula for fighters, built for performance, trusted for recovery. Use code FLOWSPORTS for 10% off and visit im8health.com/flowsports to get yours today. That's code FLOWSPORTS for 10% off at im8health.com/flowsports. Now let's get into the episode. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the FloGrappling Show, aka the worst show on the internet. As always, I'm Trey Robinson. We got Joey Gilps right there, Big Uncle Reed right there, Slack Barrett back MIA, dude. Dude's nowhere to be found. But we got a very special guest calling in. We got Jordan Teaches Jiu-Jitsu, aka Jordan Preisinger. Everybody give it up for Jordan.
All the way from Canada, Jordan. Welcome.
Yeah. Our not our first Canadian guest, but our first guest calling from Canada. So,
Yeah, I'm glad to be here. Thank you guys for having me. And hopefully it's a good show. Hopefully, yeah, it should be good.
Hey, well, there's no high expectations. We're the worst show on the internet for a reason. We got a reputation to uphold here with not putting on too good of shows. But we're obviously getting you on because you have a big match coming up against Shanji Ribeiro. So we'll want to dive into Shanji, talk about him, talk about how this match came to be and everything. But I think to start, I think you're coming from an angle of jiu-jitsu that maybe there's probably a lot of crossover with our current fan base. Probably some people who maybe aren't as hip on, probably not as hip to flow on your side, and maybe vice versa for us. So could you kind of tell the people like the lane of jiu-jitsu you found yourself in, what you're out there doing in the jiu-jitsu world?
Yeah, so I'm a YouTuber that mostly focuses on like concepts, fundamentals. I break down roles that I do, and yeah, I think a lot of beginners and a lot of more casual people kind of watch my show and seem to enjoy it. So that seems to be like mostly my demographic. Like I think higher belts do watch it, but it probably is a little bit of different demographics compared to like Flow that more like competitors and whatnot like to watch other competitors compete. Where I think I'm more of a casual kind of audience.
Yeah, definitely. I think an interesting thing about Flow, I feel like we make a lot of very deep cut competition jiu-jitsu world type of stuff, but I feel like we've never really captured kind of like the newer, like the person who's newer in their jiu-jitsu journey. It's almost like, you kind of get to a point and then you start realizing like, oh, there's this like kind of deep cut sports world where then they find FloGrappling and all of that, but, guys like you are definitely holding it down on the other end of that. With your content, it's a mix. Like I've watched your stuff before and everything. I got some favorite videos of yours I'll bring up, and I got some questions about later on. But it's kind of like a mix of you're learning a lot. There's technique stuff, and then it's also an entertainment aspect. I'm curious, when you approach content and stuff, how much are you leaning into like I want this to be very informational, very technical, or is it like I'm trying to make entertaining jiu-jitsu videos for the jiu-jitsu world?
Yeah, I guess it's kind of both depending on like what type of video that I'm trying to make. But overall, I always want to entertain people because, when I was coming up, like learning jiu-jitsu as a white belt, as a blue belt, like I consumed so much jiu-jitsu content. Like I was just so obsessed with jiu-jitsu, and I kind of try to make my channel something that I would want to watch when I was coming up. And that's kind of the way I approach it. Like, what do people want to see and what are they interested in? Because like, for a long time, people were just showing like techniques only on YouTube, and techniques are great. But from day one, I was saying that I want to teach you not just techniques, but how to actually do jiu-jitsu. And I think that's what I've accomplished, like by really leaning into concepts and that kind of stuff. But I also like to make funny videos that are funny, like challenge videos and whatnot. Like I have prank videos. I have like different challenges, like the Guess My Belt challenge, for example, where I rolled with a bunch of people. Then after like a 1-minute round, I had to guess their belt. So it wasn't like educational. I mean, I guess it wasn't in a different way, but yeah, I would say overall, I try to have a balance of both because jiu-jitsu can be boring, and I try to avoid it being boring as much as I can.
How'd you get into this lane then, Jordan? What's kind of your origin story? How'd you start training, and when did the kind of YouTube come into your life?
Yeah, so I started training in 2012. I was like, I don't know. I basically just decided I want to start this now. And like I told my wife, like I'm going to be a jiu-jitsu champion, all this stuff before I even started, because I just knew I was going to like it. I knew I was going to succeed in it. And me, like I might not be a world champion, but like I think that I'm pretty good and have accomplished a lot. So like I feel like I've held up to that, like what my goal was from the beginning. And originally, I wanted to be like doing MMA, and I did get into MMA, but like the town I was at only had jiu-jitsu, so I just started with that and just fell in love, and that's been it ever since for jiu-jitsu. But in terms of the YouTube channel, it was basically coming off the pandemic. I was like, it was really hard on me as a gym owner, and like financially, mentally, everything. And I was just like super depressed, and like I need to do something. So then one of my friends had, he's talking to me about a YouTube channel, and I was saying like, yeah, I wanted to do that for a long time, but like so saturated. Like, how do I like, why would anyone want to learn from me? And he was telling me like, people want to learn from you specifically, like your personality, this kind of stuff. And, everyone kind of has their own niche because everyone's different. It's Greg King, by the way, if he's watching, I appreciate you, Greg King. But yeah, he kind of put that in my head of like, yeah, it's like you're the niche. And I realized, okay, well, maybe I can do this. And then I just went 100% forward trying to succeed. And yeah, a cool thing was I told myself I'm going all in on this. I spent $10,000 on equipment like cameras, laptops, all this stuff. And I told myself like, I'm doing this. I'm burning the ships. I'm going to succeed, and it'll be a cool story to tell one day that like I went all in and succeeded, and now I get to tell that story. So I think that's pretty cool.
YouTuber kind of a glamorous job title these
It's the
days.
number one job kids want to grow up and be now.
Yeah, yeah. I just wondered, did you ever think that you'd find yourself being a YouTuber? Maybe what's the best part now that you're here?
Well, it's kind of a funny thing for me because like I have a very laid back kind of introvert personality. So I don't think I am the typical guy to become a YouTuber. I think it's kind of funny that I've done that, but I don't know. I always kind of wanted to do this, and yeah, like I don't know. I always had in my head I'd be like making a YouTube channel or something like that. I was just gonna wait till like I was a brown or black belt, but then I just never got around to it. And then yeah, the pandemic happened. I was like, well, now's the time. It's now or never. I gotta figure out a way to make money online and boost my presence and make things easier for myself and my family, because having a gym only isn't the best strategy when things like pandemics can happen.
And so basically you started up or kickstarted your channel like 2020, 2021, sometime there during the pandemic. Now it's only 2025. What's been like the process of growing that channel? Did you immediately drop some stuff and it started getting traction, or was there particular videos that ended up, getting you more growth or anything? How did that growth of your channel kind of work?
Yeah, so it took about like 3 or 4 months and still until I started seeing growth. Like I was just posting kind of similar stuff to other people of like technique and whatnot. And then I was just always thinking, okay, what can I do better? What can I do different? Because to succeed on YouTube, you need to either be first, you need to be the best, or you need to be different. So I really took that idea in mind and thought, how can I, like, I felt like I'm the best. I'm pretty confident. I'm like, how can I be different? And that's what got me thinking of, okay, I'm gonna get like a really nice camera. I'm gonna like record rolls, and I got the idea from MMA Shredded, Jeff Chan, because he would record his sparring rounds, and they were like, I really like watching them, and then he'd use them to make videos, like all his sparring rounds. So I figured, okay, why can't that be done for jiu-jitsu? And some people were kind of doing it in the sense of like there was some rolling commentaries, like rolling narration, but not quite to the level that well, yeah, not as much as I kind of started it. Like I kind of just did it more, did it a bit different, and really like wrote scripts and whatnot and before like recording the audio, not just like talking off the cuff. So yeah, it's only took like 3 or 4 months. I actually used like YouTube ads in the beginning to help like propel myself, like put myself in people's faces, and that helped a little bit. But then it was really, I did a roll with a 315 pound blue belt, or he's purple, I couldn't remember, no, purple belt. He has 315 pounds, and someone posted it on Reddit, and ever since like when that happened, it went on the algorithm like crazy, and I just got like so many subscribers like in the next like weeks like after that, and well, months really. It was just like nonstop going up in subscribers for a while, and it all started from that video. And yeah, from there just like just kept trying to think, what kind of different videos can I make? How can I entertain people? I'm always trying to figure out like, what can I do better? What can I do different? And have like new ideas, like new exciting ideas, because I can't just do the same thing over and over and expect people to keep wanting to watch.
Whenever that video started catching some traction, you know, you're watching the views go up, the subscribers roll in. Was that an intoxicating feeling? Was that like a good feeling, just kind of seeing like some hard work pay off a little bit?
Yeah, that was like pretty like indescribable. Like that was like it was crazy. I felt kind of like oh my God, like all this hard work, all this like hardship I've been through, because again, the pandemic was super hard on me. It was like, wow, it's like really paying off now. And I can really see myself having like a real solid go at this. Like people like this video, and I can make a lot of videos like this and a lot more for years to come. So that was really like when that happened, when I hit the algorithm, that was really showed me that yeah, this can be like a real thing. And it was quite the feeling.
Definitely. And we will get into, you know, some of your more competition background, all of that and stuff too. But you brought up the guessing people's belt rank video. And I would say that's probably one of my favorite videos of yours. Because for one, it's just well made in the sense that like you kind of get to play along, you know, as the viewer, and you can kind of guess as well. But it was also a somewhat impossible task. You know, I feel like for anyone who's done a lot of training, done a lot of jiu-jitsu, it's like 1 minute is a hard amount of time to like really identify how good someone is at jiu-jitsu, especially like because who knows how that role is going to go. Are you really going to get into a game or anything to showcase someone's skill? And there were a couple where it was like, oh man, it ended up being like a black belt, but I think you said he was like felt like a purple or a blue. So I don't know, maybe you could talk to us some about that video, because that was not a place that I would have wanted to find myself in, trying to have to like identify these belts, you know? What was that video like on your end making that one? Was anybody mad at you afterwards?
I'm really glad no one was mad. People like understood that it was such a tough task, and they were good sports about it. But it was definitely a very emotional experience for me, because I felt so bad. Like it was crazy. Like you know, I guessed two black belts. I said they were blue belts, and one black belt I said was a purple belt. And like when I turned around and saw they were black belts, like it was like my whole like world was like crashing. I'm like, oh my God, this can't be undone. So yeah, that was very, very stressful for me. And just in general, you know, like I don't want a lot of like, you know, praise or anything like that. Like I'm not looking for that. But one thing I do appreciate, or I hope people understand, is that like I do put myself in situations that are very tough for me, and I do it for the audience. And I always appreciate when they kind of recognize that. So that's the only thing I ever want like kind of recognition for, is just the fact that I will put myself in these tough spots, and you know, and good content comes from it. But yeah, basically like I had the idea for it, but I'm thinking like, no way, no ways like a gym's gonna agree to this. And then Karma Jiu-Jitsu, they messaged me on Instagram. They're like, oh, we're down for this. And I'm like, well, let's do it, you know, like, but then, you know, it's crazy because like leading up to it, I didn't really think much about it. But then when I get there, I'm like, holy shit, this is like real. I got to actually do this. And I feel like they felt the same way almost, where it was like the whole tone shifted when I did the first roll with a white belt that I thought was a purple belt. It was like you could just feel in the air, like the excitement, like the nervousness, and just everything. After that, like I think they realized, I realized we have like 20 more of these to go, and like it was like such a wild experience I'll never forget. And you know, I want like I might do it again sometime, but I would really need like a gym to be really like kind of convincing me to do it, because I don't know, I would never want to feel like I'm convincing someone else to put themselves in a situation where I don't know, they might make like they feel obligated, or I wouldn't want to make them feel bad or anything like that. Like I never want anyone to feel bad on the channel. Like that's like my worst nightmare, is someone feeling bad after. And that was a tough one because, you know, yeah, it's gotta hurt like being told that you're a lower belt when you're a higher belt, but you know, it is only 1 minute. And the kind of visual factor impacts a lot too, where, you know, they all have white belts, they're all wearing white belts. And it's like my mind couldn't quite grasp that they were more than that, like, because it's just like visually, they're just a white belt. And that really messed with me a lot. And just the whole thing was a cool, like, psychological kind of experience. And it's funny, like in the video, I like take like almost like it's like 40 seconds where I'm just like, my hands over my face. I just need like, I'm just like, what's it called? Like disassociating or something. And it was like, because again, it was just such an emotional experience.
I want to start doing that to guys in the gym so I can have better rounds against them. Is like, hey, could you put this white belt on?
Yeah, yeah, it
I
is
feel
funny.
like visually that would help me.
If you're wearing a white belt, like I'm gonna smash you.
Yeah,
So.
this would really help me out.
You
Yeah,
boys are
totally.
gonna fall into the fake black belt or fake white belt prank lane. You guys are gonna fall victim to one of those videos.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Stay vigilant.
Not me. I get smashed by all colored belts alike, bro. No, it doesn't make a difference to me. But I also want to talk to you, Jordan, just kind of about some of your background when it comes to competing and kind of, jiu-jitsu and everything. So you're in Canada, obviously. What like city or town are you in Canada? And what's the jiu-jitsu
Yeah.
scene like there?
So I'm just in this small, tiny town called Trenton, Ontario, and it's like a town of like 20,000 people. It's really small, but like the Toronto scene, like the Ontario scene, Ottawa, pretty good jiu-jitsu people. Like we've had like Oliver Taza, Ethan Krelliston, Dante Leon comes from this scene. A lot of good guys. So it was a good scene, and I always did well in competition. Like I was a competitor before I was a jiu-jitsu guy, and I kind of stopped competing after the pandemic. I had twins and just like a lot of stuff going on, so I just kind of fell off of competing. But I was competing all the time as a lower belt and always consistently doing well. So yeah, in MMA as well. Like I'm undefeated in amateur MMA, undefeated in Muay Thai. I'm always I'm a guy that wants to win. Like I'm not just like coming to just I don't want to do a tournament just for the experience. Like I'm coming to win. So I think sometimes people don't realize that, like, not that I'm saying like, oh, I'm not just a YouTuber, but like some YouTubers or some content creators, like they are more so like, I don't know, like they're not like competitors, and that's fine. That's absolutely fine. But like, I'm a competitive guy and I believe in myself. So I think that's one thing that kind of stands out to people sometimes. It's like, I totally believe in myself. I think I'm going to win this match against Shanji. I think that I can hang with anyone. And I was telling Ben that I think that's what kind of, got him the idea in his head. Okay, I'll give him someone good for this match. And yeah, like I was a competitor for a long time and did very well in a tough scene.
Definitely, yeah. We've had Carson and Ryan Giuliano on, but they kind of fought each other. This is the first time we've kind of brought somebody from like the YouTube jiu-jitsu world and is actually fighting like an established, like known competitor in Shanji, who, I mean, honestly is arguably one of the greatest of all time. Like when you look at his accolades and, he beat Roger Gracie in his prime, all of that stuff, so I'm wondering, is there like any sort of added pressure whenever it's kind of like you're representing the YouTube jiu-jitsu world in a way, where it's like, all right, let's see if these YouTube jiu-jitsu guys really are that good when it comes to like high level competition?
Yeah, I would say there is pressure because, I do want to make the content creators out there look good and not like, why this guy get a match against someone so good and he just gets his ass kicked, right? Like I don't think that'd be good for the content creator kind of community. So I feel like there's pressure, but at the same time, like I don't know, whenever I compete, like once I'm like doing it, I'm just locked in. All I care about is getting the win. So like I don't think that pressure is going to kind of get to me, but like during the match, but definitely like beforehand. Like I always get nervous to compete. Like that's one reason I don't love competing is because I get so nervous because I just want to win so bad. And this match against Shanji is nothing different. I'm definitely nervous, but again, once I'm in there, like I'm locked in, and I don't put anyone on the pedestal. Like I respect Shanji. I think he's a legend of the sport, but like he's a man with two arms, two legs, and a neck, and so am I. And he's good at jiu-jitsu, and I think I am too. So like I think we're gonna have a good scrap.
How familiar were you with Shanji? Is he somebody that you watched a lot growing up in jiu-jitsu and everything, or was it a lot left field?
Yeah, like pretty familiar because, when I was a lower belt, that's when I really like cared more about like, I don't know, competitions, competitors, and like that kind of stuff. But I used to read Jiu-Jitsu University every single day. Like I'd be eating my breakfast, my cereal, I just at the table reading Jiu-Jitsu University, written by his brother, and he was in it for a lot of it. So like I saw him a lot, and I definitely knew who he was, and I knew how good he was, and so it's kind of a cool thing for me, like someone that like I watched coming up so much. And like, when he was winning world championships, I was just a white belt. And like, I was in high school actually when he won his first world championship. So like it's a cool thing for me. And I'm just excited and grateful for the opportunity.
Have you, since you found out that this match was on the table, and since signing the contract and everything, have you changed up your training at all? Are you doing more like situational stuff, trying to get ready for some of the things that he's amazing at? The closed guard, things like that, the arm bars, or is it just kind of like focusing on what you're doing?
Yeah, I always just focus on myself. Like any like jiu-jitsu match or MMA fight, I never cared what they're gonna do. Like I'm not a guy that has a game plan. Like I just like I feel like I don't need it. Like I feel comfortable everywhere, and I just need to make sure that I'm in shape. And if I'm in shape, I think that it's gonna be a good night for me. So yeah, I've just been training harder, training more, doing more cardio, and just preparing as much as I can. But yeah, no like specific game plan. I have some things in mind that I want to, I have like kind of a loose game plan, I guess, but I'm comfortable wherever it goes.
And I was sorry, going to ask, is there any moment from kind of Shanji's past that really sticks out to you? And was there any apprehension to take the match just because of the level of Shanji, where you were thinking maybe I'll start a little lower, work up to Shanji, or were you gung ho about it right from the get go?
Yeah, so in terms of moments, so nothing specifically kind of sticks out. Like he's just got such an amazing career. Other than like beating Hodger Gracie, that's crazy. Hodger's really good, but like so is Shanji. But like Hodger's like the one of the goats. So like beating him is a big deal. And yeah, I didn't have any apprehension. The name was sent to me. I said, absolutely, I will. Like, let's go. And I didn't have any doubt in my mind. I wouldn't take the match if I didn't think I was going to win. Like I think I'm going to win. That's why I took the match. And yeah, I was just excited. I wanted someone tough. Like I asked for different people. I asked for Kit Dale. I like respected Kit Dale. Like, that's why I wanted him. He's really good. And he's also a content creator. Like, or kind of like one of the first kind of content creators, like making like funny videos, that kind of stuff. So I thought it would be kind of funny, or not funny, but like interesting, kind of like the old guard versus like the new, in a sense. There's other people I asked for too. And, but then when they offered me Shanji, yeah, I was like, I can't turn this down. This is amazing. And, I think it'll just be really good for me to win. And even if I don't win, I think that I'm not going to get my ass kicked. So like, that's what I think, at least I'm pretty sure. So I think it'll make me look good either way. So I just think it's the perfect matchup. Like kind of, people might think like, in a sense, it's kind of high reward, low risk, but like, I hate losing. So like, doesn't matter who it is. It's like, the risk is losing and I don't want to do that. So like, it doesn't matter. Yeah.
You mentioned watching people coming up, and seeing Shanji coming up, looking at some of the Jiu-Jitsu University stuff. Could you tell us, Jordan? You don't have to talk about contemporaries, but when you're coming up, what are some of the Jiu-Jitsu channels that you would watch that you really enjoyed? What were some of those early channels?
Yeah, I liked Jason Scully. I liked Stephen Kessling. Who else? I don't know. I just watched everything, honestly. I just watched, like, I'd be like interested. I wanted to learn something, to say, like, for example, I don't know, like butterfly guard. I would look at every single video on YouTube, like not even joking, like for butterfly guard, or if it was like the truck or like Kimura trap, I would look at every single video I could find until I couldn't find any more. So like I probably watched more YouTube than probably anyone else in like my generation, I think, like, or at least like up there. I was just like obsessed with jujitsu, and yeah, just like looking up to these like guys of like, I thought it was so cool that they could teach jiu-jitsu on YouTube. And yeah, like I learned so much from it, so I'm just happy to give back and be able to do that too. And yeah, there's so many great creators before that are kind of like forgotten about just by the current generation, but there's like so many great guys, and it's just hard to like even think about them specifically, just because, again, like I watched everything.
Is there, outside of just the jiu-jitsu YouTube world, you got any any YouTube channels or anything you're super into?
Not really. It's funny. I don't really actually watch a lot of YouTube anymore. So yeah, it's a tough one. Yeah, not really. I like Dan Coe. I don't know if you heard of him. He's like he talks about like business, entrepreneurship and stuff like that. But yeah, I guess I don't really watch a lot of YouTube anymore. Mostly just like Netflix. Like the new Squid Games is pretty good.
Gotcha. There's a jiu-jitsu guy in the new Squid Games.
I watched the first episode.
Yeah.
I wanted to try to see if I could see Ferris.
Yeah. Was he in it?
Bad news. Ferris gets eliminated in like the first 20
spoilers.
minutes of the episode.
Oh, damn.
Ferris is this London-based grappler. I don't know if you know him or not, but he trains at Los Bandidos. They're kind of like this kind of wild crew of lads over in London. They make a lot of cool stuff too, honestly, on YouTube. But yeah, I don't know. It just came out of nowhere. All of a sudden, it's just like he started posting how he was in the new Squid Game. So a little jiu-jitsu representation in the new Squid Game.
Oh man, if he was in more of it beyond, because like they just basically split the room into two, and then half the people leave like immediately, and he's unfortunately a part of the half that leaves immediately. But like, man, if he was in for more of it and stuff as it kept going, I was like, dude, this would have been clutch for Ferris to be kind of like scheming and doing his thing.
Perfect,
you know.
Because, dude, Ferris, ultimate troll. He can cause a lot of mayhem. Like, you know.
Well, there's one guy in it who convinces everybody that it's his birthday, which is a pretty funny bit, and it's not his birthday. And so then he's just like going around it being his birthday. So everybody's like kind of like, you know, kowtowing to him a little bit and stuff like that. But it's just not his birthday. Everybody's just lying. Like I found that to be a new element of Squid Games, that now everybody just lies. Like it was before, everybody was like honest about who they are and stuff. But now everybody's just lying about who they are.
Well, dude, not to get too much into a reality show rabbit hole here. This is why we're the worst show. We'll go off on some other stuff. But I am a huge proponent of lying in reality shows. I think every competitor should be lying all of the time. No truthful thing should be said. Like back in the OG Big Brother days, when people just came in with elaborate lies and they had this huge plan of how they're going to lie their way to the finish, that's what I liked. At some point, it took a turn, and it's like if someone found out you were lying, now everyone was like, that is horrible, no integrity, you're out, we're never voting for you to win. It's like, no, dude, that's the game. You're supposed to do that.
Well, you'll like Squid Games then.
All right, cool. We're back to lying.
Jordan, has there been any consideration about lying and saying it's your birthday at WNO 31 so that maybe Shanji will curry a little favor? Anything?
Well, actually, it is 3 days after my birthday, for real.
So, how could we ever believe that now? Real convenient, Jordan.
A likely story. A likely story.
But Jordan, we've obviously watched Shanji for many decades and have an incredible run. But he's coming out of, you know, he's a little bit older and he's doing a lot more of these competitions recently. We just had him more recently on Who's Number One, and maybe Amanda, we can actually play this video of Shanji the last time he fought in Austin on Who's Number One. He fought Richie Boogeyman Martinez, a legend of the 10th Planet game. But yeah, I'm just curious, kind of now this like resurgence of Shanji. If you've gotten to watch any of his more recent jiu-jitsu matches, the one with Kit that you mentioned as well, and I'm just kind of wondering what you think about this kind of new iteration of Shanji.
Yeah, we can go ahead and start playing the video here.
Yeah, sorry, I wasn't sure if you want me to like wait until it's playing or what. Sorry.
Yep. So bad news here though is that probably the biggest pop for an athlete ever to walk out at Who's Number One was that this one in Austin, Texas. Xande Ribeiro. Obviously, he has a gym here, so you know, hate to break it to you, but I think you might get booed when you walk out a little bit, just because the crowd is going to be heavily in Shanji's favor.
And no, I'm excited for that. I like being kind of like the underdog. Plus, like, you know, I'm Canadian too, so it makes it even like more, you know, because I'm not just like the out of town guy. I'm like the out of country guy. So it just makes it even more kind of impactful. But yeah. Like some of his students have said like they're fans of the YouTube channel, but they're also, you know, students of him. So like they don't know who to root for. So like, but no, I didn't quite say like that. They said like they're, you know, yeah, I don't want to get them in trouble, but they mean like, you know, they're fans of both. So, you know, yeah, don't get them in trouble. Shanji,
no.
Shanji's going to be going student by student, just which one of you said that?
Pull up your YouTube subscription. Pull up your YouTube subscriptions. Pull up your YouTube subscriptions.
Yeah, and we can kind of fast forward a little bit through this once the match gets going. But yeah, just wanted to kind of hear your thoughts on this is a great attack from Boogie right out the gate.
Yeah, Richie did a good job like entering the legs, and it didn't seem like Shanji's too concerned about it. Like, but I also feel like he's a little bit slow to respond to it. But you know, it could be because he didn't respect it, or just because like I don't know. Like, it just seemed like he didn't like respect it too much, I guess. But it seemed to me like Richie gets like tired after just this one leg entry. Like he looks kind of gassed already. So yeah, I think that plays a factor into it too. Like, I don't know if Richie didn't quite like prepare his cardio for it or whatnot, but like I think that factors into getting Kimura so quickly.
How would you describe your game?
Yeah, I'm pretty dynamic. Like I'm fast, explosive, very flowy. Like I don't try to force anything. I try to like take what comes to me, always move people around. And I think that's a good style to go against like the old school type of style that kind of wants to like hold you, make things slower. I think I've got a really good style against that. So yeah, I think that is like stylistically, I think it's a good matchup against Shanji.
Would you call yourself a wrestler?
Yeah, I wouldn't call myself a wrestler, but like I'm very confident in my wrestling. Like I've been I'm an MMA fighter too. I've been wrestling for a long time and like yeah, I'm more than happy to stand up with him or anyone and like yeah, show what I got.
Did you like MMA when you were doing it?
I mean, I liked after like when I won, but like it was the most stressful thing ever. Like
Yeah.
every time I fought, like I'm getting my hands wrapped. I'm saying to myself, I'm never doing this again. It was just like too stressful for me. But then lo and behold, I would do it again, and like, yeah, it's too stressful because if you lose in MMA, I think it's worse because like losing in grappling sucks, but like losing where someone's trying to punch you and all that kind of stuff, it's just like more primal, I think, where like they beat you in a fight. Like that sucks. I don't want another man to ever beat me in a fight. Like just I mentally I can't deal with that.
Yeah, definitely way higher stakes in MMA than jiu-jitsu competition.
Yeah, there's no better feeling than winning, but it's just it's tough because there's no worse feeling than losing too. So it's
Yeah.
like it's a gamble.
Ego go up, ego
Yeah.
go down.
But
Exactly. Plus MMA, you get punched, all that kind of stuff just makes it worse.
yeah, it's,
Actual
So
health consequences.
that sounds terrible.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, maybe we could
Yeah,
just
no,
go ahead, Jordan.
yeah, for this match, like yeah, like I don't know, they're both doing a good job, but just like fighting the hands a lot, I would think maybe like, try to get him on his back, lift up his feet, that kind of stuff. Like I feel like if Jean-G's kind of fighting my hands, that gives me good like openings to his hips. I get underneath him, go for his legs, or start like just going X guard, that kind of stuff. So like, I've got short legs. They're easy to get in on people, get on the inside. And he's got long legs. So like I think that even kind of favors me too. If he's like standing upright, it's gonna help me get underneath him.
You've brought up pace. You brought up cardio. Is that going to be something that you're going to be trying to use as a weapon? Is that something you think is a big plus in your game? Is your ability to put a pace on?
Yeah, I think it's mostly like speed. Like I think I'm just not going to slow down. I think I'm gonna like just be going the whole time, just always trying to win. Like I'm not going to take a step back. I'm gonna yeah, like I just when I see my opportunity, like I'm gonna jump on it and take it. And I think it's going to favor me just being younger too. Like I should naturally have a bit better cardio just because again, just the age gap. Like again, Shanji legend. I'm sure he's got decent cardio, but I got an age advantage a bit. 10 years younger, so it should help me.
How old are you?
I'm 34, but turning 35 like yeah, 3 days before the match. So
Allegedly.
yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, that's our main goal is to make sure the internet has no idea when your actual birthday is. But
Just lie to them. Exactly. But
yeah. And we can move forward
Yeah,
here a little bit on the match here, just to kind of walk through the finish.
So I know Jordan here, and yeah, we could go back a little bit.
Keep going back just a little bit more.
Yeah,
like 30 seconds more or
There you
so.
go.
There we go.
talk to us about this sequence, Jordan.
yeah, like I think Zhangji's a really tough guy to like have on top of you in side control, especially with an underhook. But then I also feel like I don't know, Richie, it seems like he could have done a little bit more to like continue to defend at this point. Like you can see he's not really like trying to get to his knees. He's like yeah, he's kind of letting him sink in that Kimura. I would like letting him's the wrong word because obviously he's not. But like, yeah, like here I would really be working to get to my knees like absolutely as fast as possible. And whereas like, it's like 6 minutes into the match. So like definitely fatigue plays a factor. But I think he waited a bit too long to try to get to his knees.
Does a 15-minute match, like, is that something you're used to, like kind of longer rounds like that, or does that play an aspect at all for you?
I'd rather not be 15 minutes. That's like way too long, like for anyone. That's a long ass time to compete for. Like it'd be a lot better if it's 10 minutes, I think, just because, yeah, I think that people, they're they kind of get gassed after like 10 minutes. And then it's kind of like, who's got better cardio at this point? So like, if I had it my way, it'd be 10 minutes, but like, 15 minutes is fine. I'm working really hard on my cardio and it should hold up.
Gotcha.
Have you talked to Shanji at all since the match has been announced?
Yeah, we talked on Instagram briefly. He said that he spent like an hour watching my videos, being entertained by them. He said he was laughing at a bunch of them. So I really appreciate that. Hopefully they were the entertaining videos, not the educational videos he was laughing at. So like he didn't say exactly which ones, but like he said he liked my channel, so I really appreciate that. I think that a lot of like the old guard, I don't know how that sounds, but like kind of like the old like
old guard.
Shanji's old guard for sure.
Yeah,
He would say that.
Yeah, exactly. I just don't want to say like old. It sounds like weird, but like I think they might not really watch a lot of YouTube jiu-jitsu and kind of realize that there is like good content out there, like good entertaining stuff, good like educational stuff. So a lot of them don't know who I am. And so I just appreciated that Shanji kind of checked me out and kind of like, gave me a compliment, said it was funny, entertaining. So that was really nice of him.
Yeah, Shanji's a really good guy. There's going to be no bad blood or anything like that. He'll have a beer with you afterwards. Absolutely. For sure. Good guy.
Definitely. You like, obviously we know you're you're pretty confident, a lot of self-belief and all of that too. Is there anything just like particular that stands out whenever you watch Shanji that you were kind of like, this is kind of where I see something that I could, capitalize on, or something that kind of helped give you some of that confidence? Was there anything specific you saw when you watched some of his more recent matches?
Yeah, I think it's just honestly just speed. I think I'm just a very fast, dynamic grappler, and that's just a hard thing to deal with for a lot of people. And I think that I kind of have the advantage there. And I think that's what's going to help me the most.
I heard that you trained with the FloGrappling GM Ben Kovacs. How'd that go when you guys trained?
Yeah, it was pretty good. He's a pretty good black belt. Yeah.
Did you smash him?
All right, we'll leave it there.
Yeah, like I don't know. I don't know if like kissing and telling, you know what I mean? But like, definitely smash him pretty good. Thank you, Ben.
Good.
Let's go.
No, he told us you
smashed him.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which we would
like
expect. You're competing on who's number one, so you got to smash Ben
exactly.
if you roll with him.
Yeah, I also had to like show him like I don't suck, like so it's kind of a balance. I don't want to like go hard on him, be like a try hard, but it's also like I'm pretty good, Ben. Like you can see, like you don't have to be regretful that you put me on the main card of who's number 131.
Yeah, you got to show him what's up a little bit for sure.
Maybe this is a content creator to content creator segment, but I'm curious. Do you find, because obviously we put a lot of videos of us doing jiu-jitsu out into the world as well, and it's kind of like you said, like you don't really do it for recognition, but it is nice when people acknowledge that it's like you put yourself in a hard situation. Like one example is like we do these Fix My Games where we roll with like kind of like some of the best in the world, and obviously we get smashed. Like it's like if I went out there and rolled with Adam Wardzinski and did anything, then either I'm super elite or like Adam's not as good as we think he is, and Adam is as good as we think he is, So it's like put yourself in these hard situations. But one thing I've found is that whenever I'm dropping in at random gyms, because like obviously we just train a lot too, so it's like we travel, we go drop in and stuff. But if people know I'm FloGrappling, they go so hard. Like they like usually don't tell you before the roll. They kind of roll really hard, try to like show you, I guess, that they know good jiu-jitsu, and then afterwards they're like, "Yeah, I watched some of your videos." Do you kind of come across any of that in the wild, where people who maybe are hip to your content creation and all that, like give you harder rolls when you're in the wild rolling?
Try to prove something to you?
Yeah, definitely that happens. Like they'll either try to go like really hard or like really conservative, like just like kind of hold me in their close guard or something. But like, I welcome it. Like honestly, like if anyone wants to roll hard with me, like I'm happy to oblige. Like let's go. Let's have like a tough roll, because like that's what I like anyways. Like I like hard rolls that are like they're trying, I'm trying, and I'm not trying to like, slow the pace down and not be like a try hard. Like, let's just roll hard. Let's have a go at it. And, if they think they can beat me, like they're welcome to try, but not going to happen.
Definitely. Well, whenever you're in Austin, I don't know how many days you're going to be here, but you got to come through, get some training in with us or something. We train at a spot in South Austin called Paragon, but mainly in the gi. I know are you more no gi leaning, or you do a lot of gi also?
I would say more no gi leaning, but I like both. So I'm more than happy to come roll and do some gi training.
Definitely, bro. That would be sick. Get some training in. Maybe we could talk some content stuff, some more ways we could collab in the future and everything if you're down. But we appreciate you calling in and stuff. Do you want to kind of promote some of your stuff? Where can people find you? Where can they watch? What do you got coming coming out next, that people should keep their eye on?
I have a beginner course coming out soon, so maybe that's something for people to pay attention to. If they're beginners, they can pick that up. But yeah, in terms of like where to go to, yeah, Jordan Teaches Jiu-Jitsu on YouTube, Instagram, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, it's like check me out.
Definitely, bro. Well, we're excited to have you on Who's Number One. It's gonna be crazy watching you take on Shanji. We'll be there, obviously, and best of luck, man. Thank you for calling into the show and everything.
Yeah, I'll see you then. Yeah, looking forward to it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no, great having Jordan on. Truthfully, I revere Shanji Ribeiro, to be honest.
Me too.
He says, don't put these guys on a pedestal, but it's
hard not.
It's hard not to. It's hard for me not to, especially just watching. And over the years, especially since Shanji's kind of like, I don't know, maybe come out of retirement. I don't know if he ever retired, but
quasi-retired.
Yeah, in this kind of later half of his career, I've seen Shanji take losses, over the years, and
ones we didn't expect at all.
Yeah, exactly. So, I definitely think he obviously has a chance, and I think he's very confident, which is going to bode well for him. Definitely, I think coming into it being the more athletic, kind of fast guy with confidence, that'll do really well. But for me, it's hard for me to kind of take Shanji off that pedestal because I just think so much of his jiu-jitsu. But it definitely is an interesting match. A lot of question marks around it, and I'll be watching for sure.
I think one of my biggest takeaways from talking with Jordan just right there is just how competitive of a dude he is.
Yeah.
Like it's like, whenever you talk to a guy who is like a super competitive guy, you can kind of just feel that. And I'm like, okay, I didn't maybe realize Jordan
winning is a skill in its own.
Yeah. Yeah, and you kind of have to have that drive. You have to have a love for winning and a hatred for losing, to really like compete at that level. And I kind of talking to Jordan, I was like, okay, all right, I maybe didn't know you were such a like no, I do want to win everything I do. So I'm like, all right, that's a good dynamic to have if you're gonna compete in such a big event and everything. So
a lot of
you're
question
gonna take
marks
on one of the greatest of all time. It's always a good thing to want to win that match.
100%. But, we got to dive into some other stuff now, all right? So drop a comment. Let us know. If you guys out there watching Jordan Teaches Jiu-Jitsu, let us know what videos you like of his, or go check out his channel if you haven't checked it out yet. Get hip to it because he's taking on Shanji. That's going to be a crazy one at Who's Number 131. But this weekend, we got ADCC East Coast Trials. It's ADCC season, baby. And this is a fun season to be in. Trials is some of the most fun events in the world, and it's going down this weekend. But I'm thinking today, last episode we did a general looking at the registration and everything. I'm thinking today we do a little draft, all right? We do a little draft presented by Athletic Brewing Co. You guys heard me talk about it last week. This is a non-alcoholic beer, so you can get this bad boy. It's tasty. Incredible taste. I was shocked the first time I tried it how good it tastes. They got all kinds of stuff. This is the pumpkin and spice, the dark and Gordy. I love me a little dark and Gordy action, but this draft is presented by Athletic Brewing Co. Go to askforathletic.com if you want to get some of yours today and enjoy this. Not going to tank your cardio, no hangover. You're going to keep training, but also enjoying a little bit of the finer things in life. But I'm thinking we set up a little draft right here. We can talk through this. We don't have all the details ironed out yet. We go through, maybe we each draft 2 or 3. You want to do 3?
2.
2? We draft 2 athletes from each division that we think is going to make a deep run. And then we kind of have like a little bit of a point system set up. Maybe I was thinking we could go we either go 3, 2, 1, or we could go 5 for a gold medal, 3 for a silver, and then 1 point for a bronze. No points if they don't podium. And we try to draft and see who can accumulate the most points from these divisions. What do you think?
What about that? Plus, you get a point for every match they win.
Okay, so just people who go on deep runs.
If you make the quarterfinals or whatever, I feel like you should, if I pick Tristan Sains and he makes the quarters but doesn't medal, I should still get 4 or 5 points from that.
What about point for submission? So so they're a little harder to come by.
Deal. I also think that gamifies it because Tristan's a wrestler though, so is that as good of a pick as somebody I don't think is going to go as far, but
do we need to adjust the scoring at all then for a bronze being 1, but also I guess submission equal 1 point. Everyone at home, put this into Chat GPT and tell us the best. Tell us the best scoring method for this. I don't know. What do you think?
What about a 4, 5, 6 for bronze, silver, gold? So it is super super impactful to get that.
Okay.
And then you get a point for every submission win that one of your guys gets in the tournament.
All right. I'm into that. 4.56 for
4.56 for placements, and then 1 point for every submission win that one of your guys gets. I feel like if we do that, whoever gets the most points in that probably did the best job pick.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
That's fair.
Let's do it. We're doing East Coast Trials draft. How are we going to decide?
We're doing it live.
Yeah, we are doing it live. You guys are watching us create this in live time. Drop a comment how we can do it better. Let us know what ChatGPT said.
Every comment is like, talk about it beforehand.
Yeah. Hey, Amanda, think of a number between 1 and 10. Amanda's our producer behind the scenes. Don't tell us yet. You got the number? All right. Joe, throw a number out there.
4.
I'll say 5.
I'll say 7.
All right, Amanda, who's closest?
Boom.
Reed is right on the money.
First pick. All right. So are we starting with 66?
I think all divisions are open. We'll just end it when we have 2 athletes for each division.
All right. So let me look through the division here real quick. We can pull this up on the
let's pull this
screen too. We got a little article on the site that just kind of highlights all the major names here in each division. So we got 66.
Well, not on the site yet. Coming out Wednesday because registration is still open until Wednesday. The tournament begins Saturday, but they're waiting to make sure that as many registrants get in as possible. So yeah, this is just a little something for our purposes as of right now today. What are you feeling, Reed?
All right, first pick official of the draft. Undercutting Joe here.
You mother.
And I'm taking Michael Sains.
First
pick
number 1 overall.
of the draft.
I've been on him since March that this guy was going to be.
You've been calling him to win, but I'm stealing it, and I'm taking my number 1 pick, Michael Sains.
The point that Michael even accused me of glazing him.
All right. Bro, the glazing allegations are getting nuts out there. You can't say anything about a guy without Owen Jones and the rest of this like New Guard crew just being like, man, you glazing, brother. You're glazing me, brother. It's like, I'm sorry, I'm saying nice things, dude. I'm gonna start getting so mean on this podcast.
Right. I don't think he's that good or anything like that.
Yeah, but, you got to beat the allegations, bro.
He might be able to win.
Reed D1 Glazer, bro. You know what I mean? Freaking glazing it up.
I don't know what you mean.
All right,
I do not, sir.
So you got Michael Sains. That's your first 77 representative.
All right, and then so you're next?
Yeah, I think I was next closest. So we'll just go this way, snake format.
All
right. I'm taking Achilles Rocha. I think this is a guy that I think can make a deep run. He's at minus 99 this time, which I think is pretty wild. I think he can make some waves, and I think he can get some submissions along the way. So I'm going Achilles Rocha.
My 1-1 is still on the board.
I know. As I'm thinking about it, I was like, oh, dang, I left Jocelyn on there. And
not even my 1-1. Dorian Oliveira is the 1-1 here. I think he is going to do a great job at this tournament. 66 is a little down compared to where it's been some years. But, even if it wasn't, I think Dorian is right there to just smash up on anybody that's not inside the top 10 for sure, at least. And then for my other one, Jocelyn Molina is going to be my other one. 13 years old, WNO veteran already. I think the favorite to win this bracket. I think one of the biggest favorites to win. Think about the history. This is going to be such a hard record to break, is to win trials under 13 years old is going to be basically impossible. There's a couple other really tough, like 15, 16-year-olds that I think could go very deep in some of these brackets, including some of her Miami teammates, former Miami former teammates, I suppose. But yeah, Jocelyn, incredible, unbelievable.
That's a good pick right there.
2 solid number 1 picks there.
All right. I'm scrolling real quick. I'm going to go head to head with Reed in this pick.
That's kind of where I thought it might go.
Yep. I'm going head to head with Reed. I'm taking Jet Thompson.
It's a good one.
Right? I think Jet is super sick to watch, and I think he could go on a run, so I'm going Jet.
Man, the Aoki lock is going to just like, that's all of day one. You know what I mean? It's that Aoki lock that he hits on everybody. Jet's a guy that we brought up as a guy that we would love to have on WNO. PGF champion, has had a great year so far. Yeah, Jet's the man.
All right.
Big Reed.
I am going to load up on 66 here. I'm going to take Max Hansen.
Okay.
Good pick.
Very solid, very solid.
And
PSF always rolling heavy.
And I'm going to take Keith Krikorian.
Wow. Okay.
The Trials King.
Okay.
Well, yeah, you can't bet against Keith Krikorian. He's got more gold medals in this tournament than anybody, so, or just more medals too.
Yeah, more medals. All right, so you
Max Hansen and Keith Krikorian to potentially upset Joe's number 1 pick, Indorian Oliveira.
Bring it. We stand ready. I don't even need a second one. What are we talking about?
the boys are going heavy in 66. This is kind of like in a fantasy football draft, where you got to start. Okay, that means maybe Joe throws
tight ends that are
yeah. So, or can I save my 66 for a later round? What can I do there? All right, Reed had a quick turnaround on his double pick. I expected a little more breathing room.
A little more Hammond and Hahn. Huh?
Yeah, a little more breathing room on that one. I'm scrolling the big list.
I have a huge advantage in that I saw this list before the show started.
Yeah. Is Ryan Aiken in or not?
No, Ryan Aiken pulled out.
Pulled back out.
He was in for a minute, but he is not in there currently. Ryan obviously would have been a sick guy at 88 to have. Hope we see him for West Coast trials. And also, unless, as Trey scrolls through, unless you just want to make the Ryan call,
that he's going to
hoping
jump
he
back
enters
in
by Wednesday.
Yeah. Oh man, that would be a sick move.
To be like, yeah, Jacob Couch, whatever. We'll see if he jumps in or not. And that's just the
you get 0
let
points.
It fly. Yeah.
I'm gonna bust out a dark horse here. I don't know where you have him on your list. Actually,
which weight class?
You picking?
77. I'm loading up on 77s.
There you go. There's going to be your second 77.
Yeah, let me see what you got. You got Jet, Michael Sains, Cameron Hurd, Nick. Okay, then I guess based on your list, I'm going with a contender. I'm going Nick Matea.
There you go.
I think Nick Matea is a dude that I just like watching for one. So it's fun to draft guys that I'm going to get to, watch and stuff. I think he does hunt subs. I don't know if I think like this list said, I think he's a good contender, definitely like a dark horse contender type of guy. So I'm going Nick Matea, and I'm stacking my 77 early. I want a couple pieces of this. Reed got Michael Sains, but I got these next two guys that I think maybe could shake things up a little bit. So I'm locked in at 77.
I'm so on the outside looking in at 77. It sucks. Yeah, because all the probably the top 3 guys for seeding that I would have picked are all taken. No one's been picked at 88 yet, which means I will pick an 88. I believe David Garmo wins this tournament.
Wow. Oh, damn.
And so I'm going to pick David Garmo. I think he's got the wrestling. I think he's got the experience. To me, this looking at this field, and there's a bunch of tough guys. Sean Yadamarco's super tough. Angelo Claiborne is right in the spot where Elijah Dorsey was a couple years ago. You know what I mean? But Garmo just feels like a guy who's been swinging the axe for so long, gotten so close so many times, and had great results as well. I want to make it sound like he's just come up short. He's had so many great performances. I think he's going to win this one.
That'd be big for him for sure. And definitely that 88 division is a little bit wide open. They're
super wide open.
Yeah. So
I would also like to go ahead and pick for minus 65 Taylor Highshaw. And I think Taylor Highshaw wins at minus 65. So those are Big Joey's picks.
Big Joey's picks.
Solid picks.
Taylor's in at minus 65, you said?
Indeed she is.
Let me mark that.
Which is a little unusual. I feel like she's usually talking about 125 is where she will compete often. But Taylor is somebody who has not had the best ADCCs and lost early a couple of times. And I've seen her do really well at a bunch of other tournaments, but ADCC trials have kind of eluded her. So I feel like I'm swinging a little bit with this pick, but we'll see what happens.
I want to get in on the 88 action. I'm going John Blank. I think
Killer.
Veteran, super dangerous game, submission hunter, and so I'm going John Blank at 88.
Only ADCC place winner on this list is John Blank.
Yeah. What do you got, Reed?
All right, so my 66 done, 77. Maybe I'll wait there. 88 is definitely quickly. I'll take Angelo Claiborne.
You hear what I'm saying, right? About the Elijah?
Yeah, especially, just once somebody from your team, I think, accomplishes the things that you want to accomplish, it seems like it might make it a little easier now for these TLI guys to kind of break through that next level now that Elijah already has and has shown to the rest of the team that, everybody's very capable of making it happen. Angelo is a guy that he's just a handful to go against, no matter what. He's going to be on his feet. He's going to be throwing you through tables and stuff like that. A very fun competitor to watch, and another guy who's been on the scene for a long time. Like you said, he's been swinging the axe for a long time. So maybe this is going to be Angelo's year to have a good year. I think at the very least he'll get me a couple submissions in there.
Yeah, for sure. He had a great one with J-Rod at the last West Coast trials. I think that was the match that he lost, but it was a great one there.
And then I'm going to take Brandon Reed.
Big Brandon.
That was where I was going next.
Yeah. That was another great pick. His wrestling is obviously incredible. Probably the best wrestler at plus 99.
But did he lose to Mike Perez? Mike Perez
I think
at
wrist
West
locked
Coast?
him?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, might have been.
A quick tap, I remember, yeah. So now that Mike Perez isn't in there, I think Brandon Reed might be the next guy up.
Could be.
All right. Oh man. Plus 99's it's interesting because it's like
I didn't put any like contenders. I think it's all like favorites and then just like dark horses.
Yeah.
It's like a
it's kind of like the favorites list. You have Brandon Reed, Damon Ramos, Kyle Baim. It's like hard not to go with someone like Kyle Baim that kind of has the experience and a little bit of the pedigree. But I do think Damon Ramos is incredible. But I'm pulling from the dark horses on this one. I think Nick Hartman could go on a run. Like we talked about this last week. I think Nick Hartman's underrated, kind of like underrepresented, to be honest. He goes out there and just like murks so many people, and I think he could have a big showing at this one. So I'm going Nick Hartman for my first plus 99.
He's got a mean streak to him, right? Like he'll really trains with Zenith and those guys. Those guys are always training up some really good heavyweights.
Has some good momentum right now for sure.
Did really well at Nogi Euros, Nogi Pans, I believe. So it's a super solid pick. All right. Boy, sun's getting real low.
You want me to scroll through any?
Yeah, let me pick up a minus 99. So we go to minus 99. We got Abe LaMontagne is really up there. So Abe, to me, is always super dangerous. It's not my pick for this one, but he is a really good pick. But Abe is also the king of like winning 3 matches and then like pulling out of the tournament or something. You know what I mean? I've just seen that so many times that that's what my fear is. Is like he's going to get really far, but then like ankle's going to get rolled or like just something. He's like, I'll see you guys at West Coast. And so I'm actually going to pick from the contenders list. I'm going to go with Banta. I think Banta's been off the scene for a minute. People maybe don't remember, but this guy's brown belt, Nogi world absolute champion. I think he beat Luke Griffith in the finals there. Huge, crazy win. Stefan is, always training with JG Hocha and the Hocha brothers. Tough Texas boy. So Stefan's going to be my pick there at minus 99.
Good pick.
Thank you. And then
everybody let us know in the comments if we have bad picks, though.
100%,
Someone we missed, just a shoddy performance by one of us drafting. Don't be afraid to flame us up.
I also pick Julian Espinosa.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I think, going to be a lot of dynamic submissions. Had a great last couple years since the last couple trials. Super dynamic guy. Love his takedown to submission work. Very few people are doing takedown to submissions better than Julian Espinosa right now. So that's going to be my pick.
Yeah. All right. So you guys are both locked in on 66.
66 is Dorian and Julian.
Yeah. Maybe I should have snagged Julian while I could.
I mean, 66 still got plenty of good names.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, Gavin Corbet's looking awesome. I mean, I'm not going to pick for you.
Yeah, no. I keep telling you. Yeah. Well, now it doesn't matter. You guys have your 66.
Yeah, I can't. You have your pick of the...
Yeah, I'm going to throw out a minus 55 grappler. I'm going to get Danielle Kelly. Going with a veteran here. I think Danielle Kelly could get it done for me here. So I'm going with her as my first minus 55 kilogram representative.
Big DK.
Right. I'll pick up Cindy while she's here.
It's a good call.
Big CU. Man, I guess I should think about what 55 I'm going to get. Who else you got?
And then I'll take Mo Black.
I was hoping I was hoping she would skirt by and I could get her.
I think Mo Black's proved that she can win this tournament. She won West Coast. And she won East Coast? I can't remember.
She won East Coast and then was in the finals of West Coast.
Yep.
Where she fought Helena both times. Yeah.
Yep. So, I think Mo is a veteran of the game at this point, knows how to win in these ADCC trials tournaments better than anybody. So I'm going to pick Mo and Cindy.
There you go.
Nice. Good call there. I am going to go plus 65, and I'm taking Brittany Elkin.
You know, she's going to be in the semis.
Yep.
Yeah,
I got
Brittany,
Brittany Elkin.
super veteran. Okay, I think I need some 77s at some point. I still need some plus 99s. I still need a lot of things. Damn. Let's get Damon Ramos off the board. I'm going to pick Damon Ramos for one of my heavyweights. And then show me 88.
This is kind of hard in the moment.
It is. Enrico Said is going to be my second pick. Young, exciting kid. I think he could go on a big run here. That's going to be my second pick at 88.
You got to kind of like, it's hard to balance like potential people you think are going to at least medal or win, also mixed with like sub hunters to get, just to rack up. Like, I mean,
brother, I got David Garmo and Enrico Said. I understand.
yeah.
Two very different
100%.
games. Yeah, if you guys haven't seen Enrico, really tough Miami kid. I really like watching this guy fight. I won him on the Miami WNO, but we couldn't make it happen. Just throws a ton of crazy stuff all the time, training every day with the Hocha family and all those guys. Enrico has had a lot of really good success as well. I think he won the Purple Belt Open class at Nogi Pans last year. As he's physically maturing, coming into his own, I'm looking for him to keep doing some big stuff.
I'm going to take, so I still don't have a minus 66, but it doesn't matter because you guys don't have any more picks there. But I guess to fill out my last spot that could potentially someone could take, I'm going to take minus 65, Maka Vickers.
Good one.
So I got Maka in there. Big Reed. You do not have an under 99 at all, and you don't have a plus 65 female.
Okay, thank you for letting me know.
Yep.
I'll take Abe.
Abe's a good one.
In under 99.
Gonna get submissions. Gonna rack up submissions for sure.
And then I'll take Katie Bochenek.
Nice. Recently moved to Austin, Texas.
So
Simple
she's elevating her game right now in Austin. So there's my two picks.
All right. What does Big Trey need? Oops. Hold on one second. I put that on the wrong spot. I hope you guys know I'm just putting all the best guys on my list.
Trey's been writing an email this entire time.
Yeah. I don't know what we're doing.
You want to go under 66? Or?
I mean, no reason for me to. I might as well just wait and do that last, right? Because you guys
100%.
can't take any
Yeah,
more.
done with 77?
Oh, I know who I'm gonna get just because I wanted this guy, but I didn't want you guys to take him. Oh, actually, I don't know. There's two dudes left at minus 99 that Trey likey. I like Corbin Laporte and I like Daishi Goto.
Both good picks.
I think I'm gonna go with Daishi Goto in this one. So I'm taking Daishi Goto as my other 99. One of the coolest names in the tournament, Daishi Goto, if I'm being honest. So
you win that one if it's a cool name.
Yeah, we get a point for that or no?
We should have him vote on that.
All right, Joe, you still don't have a 77 or a 55.
Okay, let's take one of each. I will take a 55. I think some of our better ones were already taken. So I'm going to pick Bebe Junko. Bebejunco. 15 years old, out of Alpha Miami. She's been winning a lot of ADCC Opens. This is kind of just a like, hey, this is really interesting in this bracket to see somebody this young having this level of success. So I'm going to go with Bebe on that one. And at 77, give me Little Jacob to just go nuts on everybody. And just suplex everybody. And I know he's had some trouble in IBJJF competition with some of the physicality and the referees not loving that. Brother, welcome to ADCC season. You are going to have a wonderful time. So those are my two picks.
All right, nice. I'm going plus 99, Kyle Bame.
Good one.
ADCC veteran.
Yeah.
Kyle's proved he can win this tournament a few times. So.
All right, Reed.
Oh, it's my turn now.
It's your turn. You have, you're done on 66 and you're done on minus 65. You don't have a plus 65, and then you have the rest. You still have one pick for 77, 88, 99, and 99. And 50.
I'll take Hannah Robinson for my plus 65.
Formerly Sternblitz.
And what did you say I don't have? What am I?
You have one of each now, but you still need one more minus 55. All of them except 77 and 65. Or 66 and 65.
So 88 through the bottom of the list you need.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to take another 99 guy here, kind of out of left field. But a guy I know who's going to catch me some submissions along the way. My guy, John Combs.
John Combs.
I'm taking John
77
Combs.
zone.
You know, he could definitely medal in there, definitely win this whole thing, but I at least know this guy's going to get a couple coma teams on the way to the quarterfinals.
There we go.
Big time. All the way up at 99 is crazy for John Combs. He's won this tournament before at 77. I don't think he's going to beat 220, if I'm being honest. But like Mike Perez last time, we've seen some lighter guys move up and have some really great success. Right?
Yeah, I think John Combs probably has a good game for this under 99.
All right. Let me see here.
Computer hacker Trey.
Yeah. I'm going minus 55, and I'm going Shay Lily. I don't know exactly how to pronounce her name, so that's
I think it is Shy.
Shy Lily.
Yeah.
And when she gets out there on the mat, she's anything but shy, dude. She freaking puts her game out there and dominates. So
Good pick. Good
Super
pick.
tough.
Yeah.
One of Varella's, top brown belts. She's been doing really well.
mm-hmm.
Good pick. Good pick.
All right. Who you got?
Who do I have? What do I need?
You're done on 66 and 88. You need one more for all the others.
Everything else? All right. At plus 99, let me fill out my mind. I'll take Corbin at minus 99, and at plus 99, I will take scroll down. Took Damon. We took Brandon Reed's been taken. Kyle Bame's been taken. Give me Ian Dobb.
Ian Dobbs gonna like that one.
There you go. Me and you, Ian, ride until the end of the world.
Yeah. I think
Seeking a friend for the end of the world. I just found it.
I think he was chirping Ferris. Told Ferris he could welcome him to America or something like that. I don't know.
Let's go. For a long time, honestly, I thought Ian might have been British. I don't know why I thought that for a long time, but
That's a good old American boy.
old American boy. A lot
American
of
wrestler.
American meat. A lot of American beef on that
Yeah.
boy. Let's go.
Some good American beef on that boy.
Great, eh?
All right. Let me see. I am going to go.
I think the strategy for this game is pick quickly. So
I know, yeah. So it throws off the next guy. I'm going minus 88 Sean Yadimarco.
Good one.
That's who I am taking. Reed, 2 picks till the rest of your life.
Okay. I will take. Okay, we're getting down to it now. I got under 99. Over 99, I'll take Amir Alam.
10th Planet Boy.
Yup, 10P.
10P always rolls so heavy to
life.
these. We'll figure it out in time.
Yeah, Tim P represent.
There we go.
All right.
There was only 2 options, but somehow it still took 10 tries.
Well, for me it works, but it was backwards.
Doing like a hand Macarena.
Going up gang signs.
And I'll take Leilani Bernales.
Nice.
I won. WNO veteran. She's medaled at this tournament before, so definitely somebody who could go super deep.
Wait, you already have 2 minus 65s. Or wait, never mind. I put Katie in the wrong spot. A lot of people don't realize how hard it is to type and pick.
Yeah, I guess I should have done it, but
Leilani Bernales. All right, what do I need?
Maybe need some new shoes.
Yeah. Hey, Reed, the people are asking, what kind of shoes are you wearing?
these are Nike shoes I shod wear. I'm not sure what exactly the name of it is.
Lift them up a little higher so that people can see. Oh, there you go.
Okay, Quentin.
These
Yeah.
are iShoddy wears Nike shoes.
All right.
iShod's a legend, so I had to rep.
I'm going minus 65 Rana Willink.
Good one.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? Me and Jocko are going to be in the corner. We're going to be coaching her up, making sure she's getting subs, going far, you know? So I'm going to influence this one. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Jocko, let's get in there, man. Let's get some subs going, all right?
All right, good luck with that.
Yeah.
You and Jocko, just two peas in a pod.
And we'll probably hit, me and Jocko are both early morning guys, so we'll probably wake up like 4:30, hit a muster, the
Wake up
muster
4:30.
4:30. Oh,
Or
yeah.
a super tight shaka.
Yeah. Yeah, you think David Goggins will be there throwing tight shakas?
Oh, yeah. All right. My turn. Scroll down to minus 65 real quick, Reed. Down. I'm trying to see where Ali Wolski is.
She's minus 65.
The minus 65? All right. What do I need a minus 65?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I wanted to pick Ali for minus 55, to be perfectly honest, because there's a lot of minus 65s that I like. I am going to go with at minus 65 because I already said her name and she's also on YouTube sometimes, Ali Wolski.
Nice.
And then I think at plus 65, I still need somebody. I'm going to go with a totally out of left field pick, but I think this is somebody who I just saw do a bunch of really exciting jiu-jitsu, and I've seen her have like 6 really exciting matches in a row. Maya Madelon from Virginia, I think is super, super tough. She was winning matches at Jiu-Jitsu Con like 21-15. It was crazy. So I just think that's somebody who, she looked really, strong and physical, and I want to kind of see what she does.
Nice.
Yes.
That's
my 2.
Okay, there we go. So I'm going to round out my plus 65 with Nicole Fernandez. And then now I can play with the 66s. The only 2 I need.
77?
Yes. You need a 77 and a minus 55.
Perfect. I'll go.
Hold on. I only get 1. Yeah. My bad. Sorry. You guys both get 2 picks each time. I'm freaking. I'm jealous.
It is a little whack. I'm gonna go. We got Ernesto Rivera in there, our Atlanta guy.
Yeah.
Duffy.
He was cool. But I'm going to go John Satava, go with an OG, Marcelo Garcia, black belt. John Satava, been in the game for a long, long time. I have a feeling he can go deep in this division. So I'm going to take John Satava. John Satava and Michael Sains. They got some new gen and got some old gen.
Nice.
In there. And then, what'd you say? Plus 65? No.
You need a 88 and then a minus 55.
An 88. I'm going to pick my 88.
And Joe, you need a 77 and a minus 55.
Thank you.
It's tough here to pick 88 now, but I'm going to take a dark horse. I'm going to take Kevin Crane.
It's fun to have
Maniac.
a couple crazy ones in there, right?
He's a wild guy out there on the mats. He's always fun to watch, always doing something crazy. I have a feeling he'll get a couple submissions, and who knows, he could probably go pretty deep in this tournament too. He's probably one of the most he probably has some of the most experience on the ADCC open mats and everything like that. It seems like this guy's competing kind of like every weekend. I see highlights from this guy. So
all the time, man. Yeah, Kevin's been super busy this year, and like you said, so much experience. Really tough guy. That's a solid pick, especially because this weight class is going to go crazy. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I feel like we could really jumble these guys up and get a lot of different results.
Is Landon Elmore in here?
No, not entered.
No, okay. All right, I'm going with my first 66. I'm going Gavin Corby.
Solid
one.
Yeah, 66 is nothing but solid picks. There's so many guys that could potentially win 66.
Yeah.
All right, Big Joey's time. My last picks? Anyway.
These are your last 2.
At minus 55, go down. Let me get some minus 55 and see what we're working with. Because I did have somebody that I like. Bree Stickelman is really good. But I'm going to go with... who was in there that I was just thinking of? Dang. Never mind. I'm going to go with Kalani Brown.
Kalani Brown.
Yeah, super tough. Been winning a lot locally, or not locally, but like on the open circuit. So Kalani is my pick for 55. Definitely with you guys getting Cindy and Danielle. Danielle, that was some solid early work. Not the deepest divisions. Did not do the best drafting job, but still don't hate my picks. And then 77, if we could scroll up, let's see what we're going to pick here. Might go with a little crazy one. Got Jacob Borneman. Obviously, he's going to do amazing. For the second one, I'm going to pick former Division I wrestler, always a positive in this tournament, Cameron Hurd from Virginia Tech. Has been doing really well up at 185 pounds on the super fight scene. Won like 6 or 7 ADCC Opens in a row at one point. So that's going to be my pick. I think he's going to go nice and far.
Nice. And so I got one more pick here at minus 66. Now listen, I could pick Gianni Grippo, and that's going to make one person very happy. And if I don't pick Gianni Grippo, he won't like that. So I don't know. I could pander here.
I'm gonna stay out of
and
this.
Go with Gianni.
I don't know if it's pandering, if it's under risk of whatever's gonna happen.
Yeah. But I'm actually gonna go with Josh Flores. I'm going with a former prospect of the month here. A young kid. This kid's awesome to watch. I'm going with Joshua Flores for my last 66 pick. Reed, you need a minus 55 to round it all out.
Let's do minus 55 and then do one more dark horse.
A wild card?
Yeah, one more
total wild card. It's because you have somebody in mind. And you're like,
yeah, for real.
What do you guys think?
Sure, let's do one wild card.
Fuck it up. Because I do have somebody I'll take.
And so what do you say? Minus 55?
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, dude.
I'll take Bree Stickelman.
Oh, I was gonna say you should pick the Gravedigger.
I was gonna pick her. I was almost gonna pick her.
We left the Gravedigger off.
As I was breaking into the research, I did see more submission wins and some good stuff for, you know, she's
All right, I'll take Claire.
Let's go, the Gravedigger.
It was between
The
her and
Gravedigger.
Bree. So
All
I'll take her.
We got the Gravedigger on the board. Now we're talking.
All right, and so now we can take
just a random wild card. I feel like you should try to make this one like a crazy one.
crazy one.
Well, who's the person that you like wanted to create the wild card division for, Reed?
I was gonna pick Gianni Grippo.
Okay.
Is that who you're taking as your
No,
wild
hold
card?
on. Let me take just another quick gander.
I have somebody I'll take as I got a wild card I'll throw out there.
Yeah, I got a wild card too.
All right, I'll take the last wild card pick.
What do you mean? Oh, you want to pick last? All right.
Okay. I will pick Tristan Sanes.
Gosh dang it,
When you picked Josh Flores, I was like, well, we gotta show some love to Tristan, who's so
Yeah.
sick. Beat Josh in the ADCC Kids Finals last year. I think them meeting again this year, they're both so tough. I would love to see that match run back at an adult East Coast trials like this. Tristan's a super nasty wrestler. Didn't get a chance to pick Michael. Still picked up a Sanes who's going to win the tournament 66. Let's get it done.
Yeah, well, you know what? Your boy went from no 66s to the last 3 rounds. I'm loaded up with 3 contenders, 3 elite dudes that I couldn't be more happy to have here on my squad. So I'm going to take Reese Lefevre as my wild card. So
Reese is a good one. Reese is a guy I genuinely think like has like a non-0% chance to win this tournament.
for sure. All
All
right.
right, I'm picking Johnny Grippo.
There it's
Gianni Grippo.
Johnny Grippo.
Sound the alarm.
Boys.
Pew, 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 pew. Pew, 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 pew.
Legend in there, you know. So I think it's about time Johnny Grippo wins the trials and punches his ticket.
We all love Gianni here. Some of us far more than others.
Yep. All right, there we go. That's the draft right there. Maybe I'll put a graphic up on the screen so everybody can see what we could drafted. Maybe I won't because sometimes I get a little lazy by the time it comes to upload this video. But we'll see. You know, if you see the graphic, then I made it. If you don't see the graphic, I didn't make it. But drop some comments. Let us know. You know, who do you think's got the strongest squads here going into this East Coast trials? Who do you guys think we left off the board that should have been? You know, play along at home. Keep track, add up all the scores. Tell me how many points each of us scored so I don't have to do that later. That would be
really cool for you guys.
that would be super helpful, you know. If we hey, you know, we're all doing our part here. And you as a viewer, you have a role as well. So we're asking you guys to step up, do a little bit of the legwork here. I mean, we can't do all the work, right? So if you guys could add up these points and send it to me, that would be helpful.
I'm just saying, we're reaching out to a jiu-jitsu audience. Some of these guys got to be a little, let's say, good with numbers.
Yeah.
Into the numbers.
Yeah. So somebody step up and let us know. But yeah.
Somebody's going to be watching live without even writing it down, being like, Trey is at 27.
Yeah. Trey has a statistical probability of winning by 43% right now. But, you know, East Coast Trial is going to be sick. We'll be out there in Orlando. We're going to be bringing you guys a bunch of coverage, a bunch of sick content from the ground. And we'll be back on next Monday, or I think we'll be back Tuesday, actually. We're flying on Monday, so our show is going to be on Tuesday. We'll let you guys know who won this. And, you know, I guess we'll recap trials and everything. But thanks, everyone at home, for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. We'll see you guys in the next episode.